So the partnership, the insurance partnership is something that we've been discussing for the past year or so on the Property Insurance Committee. And the story of the partnership goes back more than 20 years now, when there was a major insurer for churches that left the market. So a lot of the churches in the presbytery were left without coverage. And the executives of all of the presbyteries in New Jersey at that time partnered with an insurance agency called Brown & Brown to develop a master policy or group policy plan through which each congregation and presbytery would be covered according to their own exposure and be billed separately. And the plan was that by participating in the partnership group, churches would receive lower premiums than they could on their own. So that makes sense. However, because each church handled their own renewals and billing, the partnership itself, it wasn't cohesive and it wasn't managed. And eventually it was forgotten entirely by the presbyteries and most, if not all, of the participating churches. So many of the churches stayed with Brown & Brown, but didn't remember that they were with them because of this partnership that was formed 25 years ago. And as time passed, the master policy itself hasn't been reviewed or quoted out for competitive bids for decades now. And the rates really weren't at any kind of a special rate anymore either. So that remained the situation until early in 2023, when in Highlands Presbytery here, our executive team was reviewing our coverages of our presbytery with a different agent, and learned that that legacy policy language indicated still that the policy was not just for the presbytery, but for all of the PCUSA presbyteries and churches in New Jersey. And that seemed odd. So even though at least 178 New Jersey churches are still with Brown & Brown, many of you that are listening now are still with the Brown & Brown agency, the presbytery had no knowledge of the aging untended partnership. So we started looking into that to see what it was all about, along with the other 3 New Jersey presbyteries. And we formed a new partnership team, which is made up of 2 people from each presbytery to investigate that, of what was going on with that. And we decided to reinstitute the partnership and to continue working with Brown & Brown as our agent to do that. We believe, this is speaking for all 4 presbyteries of New Jersey now, we believe that we can recapture and rebuild the advantages of the original partnership and maybe even do more. So as we reinstitute it, the 3 main things that we want to accomplish is to recapture that competitive pricing, to be able to provide access to specialized coverages that individual churches wouldn't otherwise qualify for, whatever those special coverages might be in your situation, and give access to insurance workshops and special services and other beneficial resources that we can leverage as a larger customer. And our new 8-member insurance partnership team will meet at least biannually to review coverages and make recommendations, work with Brown & Brown to make sure that what happened before doesn't happen again, and to make sure that we get the insurance workshops and other resources that are promised as part of this plan. So every PCUSA congregation and presbytery are eligible to participate in this new partnership that we're going to be instituting through the rest of this year. All you need to do is to buy your insurance through Brown & Brown, and we'll be providing information on how to do that if you're one of those that doesn't already have it. But no church is required to participate. As before, you're free to place your insurance through the agent of your choice. And also, once you do join the partnership, you can leave it at any time simply by taking your business to a different agent. So in a nutshell, what our next steps are is that the partnership team is going to continue working with Brown & Brown to clarify our expectations for their services, for communications. And we'll do that by, first we want to go through and establish some essential minimum coverages that all churches should have. Whether they participate in the partnership or not, these coverages really should be in place by all churches. And that includes guidelines for officers coverage, which varies more than perhaps it should from church to church. Also, we'll work with Brown & Brown to formalize those value-added workshops and services and programs offered so that we can publish it in a way that's clear to all of the churches and how to participate in those. And then we'll provide education for all 4 presbyteries and their churches about the program, the advantages of being in it, what the new rates, how competitive they're going to be, access to coverages, that kind of thing. And we're targeting to do that training in October and November timeframe of this year, so that education initiative is just in time to prepare the churches for your upcoming 2025 policy renewal cycle. So that's quickly said in a nutshell where we are with that. More information will be coming from the insurance and the property and insurance team and from the Presbytery in the coming weeks and months.
Scott, yeah, well, I don't know. I know we don't have a lot of times for questions, and mostly I think, Scott, your information is forthcoming as you guys discover this. But thank you for all of your work on that. That's a tremendous amount of work, and I know a couple churches I've been working with have those insurance questions as well. So I think that'll be really helpful, as folks try to sort through that. So thank you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.